Well, to discuss all this, I'm now joined by Ahmed Alburai, a lecturer here at Istanbul's Aydin University. Ahmed, great to have you here on set. Now, we just heard Rex Tillerson. His Turkish counterpart, Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, is in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. He had a meeting with Michael Flynn, which is President Trump's designated national security advisor. They had a discussion about several important things, and we mentioned some of the important hurdles that they had to overcome, these two countries had to overcome. On day one, what do you think will be at the top of the agenda as the two countries turn a new page?
The first thing, we know that Trump believes that the Obama policy in the Middle East was a big failure. And that's why we were going to witness a kind of a dramatic change in the whole policy. But is it going to be as dramatic, as fast as we expect? I don't believe so. We have different files that Trump will deal with them differently. The first thing is the relationship with Turkey. They believe that the Obama administration has a big failure again with the relation in Turkey. They already inflicted a huge damage to this relation. So he's going to try to bridge these gaps and try to return back to the good relation with its alliance in the region. That's the number one. The number two is their fight against ISIS or Daesh in the region. He believed that his priority in the region is to fight ISIS, and Turkey is showing a great mission in this field. It's already in Syria fighting them and pushing them back. They already defeated them in certain places. So I believe he's going to put more support to Turkey in this regard as well. So these two main issues. Now, the big problem is the Fethullah Gulen extradition. Is it going to be realistic? Still, we have serious questions, but I believe that Turkey is very insisting on this, and it's a headache to the United States, to the coming administration. If they really want to have real relations, good relations with Turkey, they should find a way to solve this problem.
We're going to get to the extradition of Fethullah Gulen in a moment, but let's talk details about the Middle East. When you look at the situation in northern Syria, Barack Obama and President Erdogan have had a difference of opinions in assessing this terrorism or counter-terrorism threat. And I'm specifically talking about the YPG. Obviously, we know the Pentagon classifies this group as an effective force in fighting Daesh. We also heard Donald Trump in his inauguration speech that he said that they would use America first. That's the new vision. If America first, and if their priority is to defeat Islamic terrorism, he also used that phrase in the inauguration speech. Could they be continue using the YPG?
No, I don't believe so. That's the point I'm focusing on. Now, the first thing, we know that he's going to have a different strategy. The strategy is this. We're going to empower our alliances in the region. We're not going to empower militias. They don't believe that the YPG, the Kurdish militias in Syria, are going to be the most effective power to fight ISIS. The most effective power is going to be Turkey. That's why we're going to put more support to our relations with Turkey. That's the number one. The second issue is Obama himself was not serious about his relation with Turkey. If he was serious, Turkey already is fighting ISIS. So why do you need the militias in the Syrian soil? You already have your alliance on the ground. It's troops in Syria, and they already proved that they have the power to deter and push back ISIS. So why do you need them? That's the point they should take into consideration. Turkey is very allergic when it comes to the Kurdish aspirations and ambitions to have their autonomous entity in the region, and they're not taking Turkey seriously. That was a big problem for between Obama and Erdogan from the one hand. From the other hand, Turkey is already doing its best in the region, in Syria, in order to try to find a political solution. So why not to empower it? And I believe that Trump is going to work more on this file than the Obama administration.
All right, let me ask you this. When you look at the recent relationship between Turkey and Russia, sort of rapprochement, you would say, especially in considering the fact that they've brokered a successful evacuation of eastern Aleppo, they're brokered this current ceasefire deal, which is largely standing, and you have political talks that are scheduled to take place next week in Astana. What is the U.S., or what is the new Trump administration going to do to sort of come back, or to reply to comments that Turkey is tilting away from NATO, from the West, and maybe building stronger ties with Russia?
No, that's not the point of view of Trump. Trump believes that first, America is first, yes, and we're going to make America great again. So he's going to focus more on the economy in the United States. He's going to focus on the competition, the economic competition with China. But in the Middle East, he believes, why not? Let Trump have a chance. Let Putin have a chance in Syria. Let Erdogan have a chance in Syria. And let's see, if they can defeat ISIS, that's good. If they cannot, they will lose. And he believes that this is a quagmire. Everybody who entered the Middle East will have problems, and they will have like serious consequences on their economy. So let them have a chance, and we will be helping them from the Air Force. So from the air, they're going to support more with the drones, with the unmanned air forces. And they're going to support them on the ground, but still, why not to give them a chance? They have good relations. I mean, the United States, the Trump administration will have good relations with Russia from the one hand, with Erdogan from the other hand. So but the top priority is to defeat ISIS, and these two countries can do that. So why not to focus on having more economic gains from the Iran deal? So let's focus on Iran. Let's have more concessions from Iran when it comes to the nuclear deal, and let's give a chance to Putin and Erdogan to work harder in the Syria, and they could come out with a real political solution.
Okay. Another one of the top priorities will be coming back to the extradition of the former imam, and what Turkey blames was masterminded the failed coup attempt of July 15th, Fethullah Gülen. Now, Obama's stance was always, all right, we're not going to give him back unless we have credible evidence of his culpability, and that he's going to get a fair trial in Turkey. That being said, how quickly can we move on Turkey's requests?
That depends on Trump. This is a very problematic issue. For Turkey, it is a very decisive move from the United States. If the Trump administration will show a kind of goodwill gesture toward Turkey, and they are serious about reinvigorating the diplomat or the relations generally, in that case, they should show a good sign to accelerate the process or to find ways to do it as soon as possible. But is this possible in the United States? That's the big question mark. That's the elephant in the room. I don't believe that it's going to be easy, because from the one hand, Turkey did not support with the real, genuine evidence, according to at least the Obama administration. From the other hand, if this happens, it will be a kind of a precedent that other countries would ask for other people to be extradited, and according to the regulations and laws in the United States, this is not possible. So it's not an easy move.
All right. Ahmed Alburai, thank you very much for joining us here on set in Istanbul. Thank you.